am I going to die because of this plane ride on Christmas Day? But because of that plane ride, I didn't watch any NBA basketball on Christmas Day, and luckily did not get Omicron during the trip. But then today, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, my wife Deborah, my lovely wife Deborah, she had the day off from work, and we decided to take a trip up the coast, just like a day trip to Santa Barbara. We gotten reservations at a very fancy Spanish restaurant. Spanish is like my favorite cuisine. I love a good
Uh,
paella. I love tapas.
yeah,
Like
you do.
yeah. And there's like a world class restaurant up there. But because like it was like a day trip, we left at like 10 in the morning, and we just kind of like took it really easy. Stopped off at a few places
Hmm.
on the coast.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, well, I saw the world's biggest coffee filter. Let's go look at the world's biggest coffee filter.
Exactly. Yeah, I saw the world's biggest rabbit vibrator.
Okay.
Tried to put it in my butt, didn't work.
Damn. Was it
Um,
outside?
oh yeah, this is all outdoors because of COVID.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Uh, but here's what happened, Jamel. So we managed to grab a 5 o'clock reservation, because this restaurant is hard to get a reservation at because it is a very famous restaurant, and but we purposely did it outdoors because we're trying not to do anything indoors right now. We're trying not to get COVID. Deborah's job in particular depends on her not contracting that disease. Um, and so we found an outdoor reservation at this very fancy restaurant that we've both been looking forward to going to for a long time now. And even brought our dog up because it was like the patio is dog friendly. Um, so we took a road trip up the coast with our dog, our adorable dog Greta, and it was kind of drizzly. It was kind of rainy up the coast, but like it was sunny out by like 3 p.m. and we were like, all right, like our outdoor reservation is going to be fine.
You're talking about the coast of California.
Yes, Santa
Okay, I just
Barbara
wanted to
was
make
the
sure.
was the destination.
Okay.
Um, and then so the restaurant opens at 5. We have a reservation at 5. We get confirmation texts early today about like confirm your reservation. At 4 o'clock we get a reminder. It's like it might be cold in the patio, so make sure you bring a jacket. So we're confident that like everything is fine. We have no reason to think anything's not fine. uh but then we show up at 5 o'clock and they're like, oh, because of the weather, the weather says it might rain tonight, which it wasn't raining. We canceled all of our outdoor reservations, and we were like, "Fuck!" And then, so then we were like, they were like, "We can seat you inside," and we were like, we pointed to the ground, we're like, "We have a dog with us, so you can't seat us inside." And they're like, "Oh yeah, okay, sorry. I guess can you leave now because you have a dog?" So we just turned around and left. And then I guess we had a glass of wine at like a wine tasting room, and then just like drove home for 2.5 hours. And then we ended up stopping at a Costco, and our dinner was a hot dog and a slice of pizza from Costco.
You laugh. That's your wife's favorite shit.
It's kind of my favorite shit too. You guys run into each other at Costco more than anyone else, I think.
I go to Costco a lot. I bought a John Deere jumpsuit the other day out of there, man. $50 for the two piece.
I remember was it last summer where like you ran into Deborah and you had like two giant Ziplocs full of change, and
Change.
she
That
asked you
that
what
was
the
money.
change was, and you were like, "Don't worry about it."
It wasn't change. It was also cash dollar bills. But there was some change in there.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, so basically sacrificed a whole day of watching basketball today just to go to this one restaurant, only to be turned away for no reason, for fake inclement weather reasons. And so I have witnessed zero basketball today on an important basketball day. So today you are going to tell me everything I missed, basically,
I
as you
mean,
see it.
to be honest, brother, I really checked out on everything you said. All I heard was, Jamel, I'm married now, which means I cannot watch basketball on the holidays.
You say that, and that may be true. I guess I never really thought of it like that.
That's that's what marriage is. For better or worse, specifically means trying to watch basketball on the holidays.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think if I think Deborah would does not give a shit and wants me to watch basketball whenever I want. I think maybe you see it that way. To me, I see it as I wanted to eat some paella, so I skipped a day of basketball.
That's where and you skipped a good day because the Sixers looked like ass in a bag. Um,
Okay, so yeah, the Wizards, your Wizards played my favorite team, the Sixers,
yes.
and got their asses whooped. Can you recap the game to me?
Um, we were in y'all shit wire to wire. Um, Embiid dropped 30 plus. It didn't matter.
You can't
Uh,
legally not shoot 30 points a game at this point.
yeah. Kuzma dunked on him.
I got an alert for that while I was like on the fucking 101 North, and I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna click this Bleacher Report link. I don't want to see it.
Which brings me to my next point, which will come up later in the show. I think whatever team gets the best dunk in the game should win the game. I don't think we need to bother with points.
Okay, well, I kind of I you said it will come up later in the show, and I have no
It
idea
will come up
which
later.
game you're talking about, but I'm
Well,
very
don't you
curious
worry.
now.
Let me stick on my Wizzies.
Okay.
There was the first game of the year where we had the full team back. Bradley Beal coming off a third COVID protocol instance where he did not actually have it. Inconclusive tests led to him missing 3 games.
Is there
He
something
was
about
back,
his
played great.
DNA that like is just gives inconclusiveness?
Yeah, I think once he started growing his hair out,
Mm.
it all seems like COVID now. Especially with the braids in.
Do you think he's doing like he's the only player in the league that somehow has an agreement to do like hair DNA test for COVID?
He might be. That sounds like some shit he would decide. He also did. He cut his braids a couple weeks ago.
Mhm.
Let me not lie on this man.
Well, he's got a little bit of length. No, am I crazy? I feel like
No,
I
no,
saw.
no, 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 no.
Is it
He
all? It's
did.
all short.
It's all short now. His
Oh,
grandma died, and I think he cut his braids off for the funeral.
oh, that's good for him. I guess. I mean, not good for him, but like
Yeah, what?
I don't know. I just like that. I'm just like that's if that's the reason why, then like it's really sweet that he did that for his grandma. He wanted to look nice for his grandmother's funeral.
I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the timeline of the events.
Mhm.
His grandmother dies. He misses a week. He comes back. No more braids. Anyhow, Thomas Bryant, fantastic off the bench today.
Ooh,
I
your
forgot he.
favorite.
God, I hated this man, but I think I hated him because the team sucked. You understand what I'm saying? It might not have only been his fault that the team was ass, but he was ass.
No,
But he
you
was
looked
good today
around and you said, I need someone to blame," and this guy just stood out as a guy worthy of blame.
for sure because he just looked so stupid. But was
Have you
on
watched
today.
him on Selling Sunset
No,
yet?
no, I've
All right.
been waiting to coordinate with you.
Mm.
His game today was selling Sunset worthy. I would overpay for his home in the valley.
It's a deep, deep valley, and I think you're definitely overpaying for it. We're talking Woodland
Um,
Hills.
oh yeah, I'll drop $3 million on a 2 bedroom, half and a half bath.
Can I okay, so sidetrack here. Traditionally, when an NBA player goes on a major piece of media, we drop everything and do a Patreon episode about it, particularly when it's one of the Ball family. Um Lonzo Ball in particular.
Yes.
Um but usually it has only been one episode uh that like we've only had to watch a 22-minute episode of Fuller House for Lonzo Ball, or we only had to watch a 14-minute segment for Limpsic battle between Ball and LeVar Ball. The the Thomas Bryant Selling Sunset arc is like spans 5 episodes, and these are like hour-long episodes.
Fuck yeah, man. That's like
You're
that's
into that.
that's That's longer than some Chicago PD subplots.
Okay, so you're fine. You're fine with committing 5 hours of our time to Selling Sunset just to talk about Thomas Bryant for 20 minutes.
I am fine with committing 5 hours of our time to anything, anything, even a felony.
And this is why we're bad at business.
Yeah. Please visit tpublic /airbuzz.com.
All right, let me
Uh,
ask you real quick. Um, uh, Rui Hachimura is kind of I think like a kind of favorite of our podcast. I think we all kind of were
mhm,
optimistic about him as a player. He's kind
mhm.
of had some a bumpy first 3 years of his career. Today he shot 3 of 6 from for 11 points. Um, I think he had 5 rebounds. He seems to be coming along slowly. I'm assuming he came off the bench. How do you feel about Rui right now?
Um, it was seeming like he was the weak link for a little bit of this game. Like early when Thomas Bryant checked in, he just immediately started shining. He was active, he was everywhere. He had the jumper going. Uh and Rui just kind of like wasn't making sense in the flow of the offense. But then uh once Thomas Bryant checked out, it kind of was like that space was Rui's and he hit a couple shots. He's been kind of slowly getting back into it. This is his what, third game back and
Yeah,
his
he's not. Yeah, yeah.
the point total has gone up in each game. Uh you know what I'm saying? I think he had like let me look at it. Let me look at my son's logs. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So he came
Shot
back.
3 of 6. He hit 1 3. I think he hit 4 of 4 for free throws.
Yeah, and he had
Uh
a steal. He's getting to the line. He's making his free throws. I'm fine with it. I think the team is fine. Everybody's like, "What moves are we gonna make? Should we try to get Sabonis?" And I'm like, "No, we're the Wizards. We're not supposed to win anything ever. Accept the team and let's move forward with this. This is pretty good." Everybody, we had like four dudes off the bench in double figures, man. So this today also was a particularly everyone sharing the ball beautifully. I credit this to MLK Day. We do not lose on Martin Luther King Day. We
that
have
is
that
true.
early game and we just don't lose.
You have said
Doesn't
that
matter.
before. I do want to point out as we're recording this, Jamel, I did not disclose this to you before we started recording. I've got the Lakers Jazz game going right now
Yeah.
um, on a different screen. Austin Reeves just hit. He essentially just did it like the unathletic version of an like off the glass alley oop to yourself, where
Whoa.
he tried a floater from just inside like the foul point line, the free throw line, um, and missed it awfully. But then went up and got his own offensive rebound and tipped it back in for a layup, while also falling on the ground awkwardly and looking ugly the entire time.
Come on, man. That's AR-15, baby. You better
Yeah,
duck or get bucked. Blip, blip.
it was pretty impressive in how like A effective it was and B how like unathletic it was.
Uh 2 points. We're definitely calling it the foul point line from now on. Don't let me forget that. It is the foul point line. That is Airbud's law. Airbud's
Foul
Sharia
point line.
law.
Yeah.